Oh,
What's up?
the
What's up?
man.
Oh,
No,
yes, the
he
myth, the
made
legend.
it. I can't believe the man, the myth, the legend, Ian Rapoport. Thanks for coming
What's
to
up,
our
guys?
show. Good to
Ooh.
have you.
Good to have you. I'm actually watching some German soccer right now.
Yeah,
Hey,
What?
what's up with that?
Dortmund.
We just watched your tweet. Why Dortmund? Give us all the details.
I did a extensive survey, and I decided that I like their uniforms. I like their colors.
there you go.
Seem like a cool team. They're very lighthearted. Plus, they welcome me with open arms. So it's kind of like you know, it was serendipity. I really just picked a team, and I felt like they were a good one.
Awesome.
Plus, they're
Awesome.
good, right?
They are. They got the biggest stadium in Germany. If you ever come over here, you should check out a game. I think it's what, close to 90,000. It's nuts.
Wow. Well, they're sending me a jersey, so I'm going to start wearing that stuff around, and that's going to be good.
A smart marketing
No,
move from Dortmund. But
Yep.
Ian,
Absolutely.
Throw my
I
nose
know,
up.
I know you always have busy days, but it's pretty busy today. The last couple of days, you look tired. You look tired.
I am tired. It has been crazy, and I think look, any time in the NFL, you could pick a random day in the NFL, and there's 20 news items. I'm not sure I was ready for what today was going to be. I mean, usually after the trade deadline, everyone can sort of relax a little bit, but today was not like that. And, I sort of blame myself a little bit. I started with the Michael Thomas news early in the morning, finding out that he had a setback with his ankle. And then he posted right after, about an hour and a half later, that he was going to be out for the season, needing another surgery. And then we find out that Aaron Rodgers has COVID. And then we report that he's unvaccinated, which also blew up. And then Odell Beckham is not at practice. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on right now. A lot of things.
well, let's dive into this one, Ian, with OBJ not being a practice. We heard, obviously, we follow this whole incident from this side of the planet, and to me, the question that pops up, or first question that popped up was, okay, it's OBJ Senior. Why in the world is OBJ Junior not at practice? If not OBJ, the Junior has some sort of involvement in this whole thing.
Well, I'd say a couple things. It does not seem like OBJ Sr. Acted in a vacuum. It does not seem like OBJ Sr. Did something without anyone telling him to, right? Like, clearly this is all related. And I don't know if it was a concerted effort to get OBJ out of there. I mean, you had the father tweeting about all the targets his son wasn't getting, and then you had LeBron James tweeting free Odell. That all seemed like a concerted effort. We'll see which way, we'll see which way this goes from here. But certainly seemed like there's a lot of people involved and close to Odell who wanted him to be a free agent and out of there.
Wow. So, since we got you here, the insider, what about the Watson deal? Everybody over here on this side of the planet, at least, was expecting a deal to be done in regards to Deshaun Watson, and then nothing happened.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, and not for lack of trying. I think both sides were engaged, tried to make it happen. Stephen Ross had permission to meet with Deshaun Watson. All of that, and the fact that he had not settled his lawsuits certainly played heavily into the fact of them, not trading for him. I think teams, the Dolphins specifically, since they were the ones who had permission to speak with him, and they're the only place he waived his no trade clause to, they wanted him to settle his lawsuits, and he had not.
So you talk about the civil lawsuit.
Yes.
So pretty much it was in Watson's hand to maybe even say, okay, I'm going to pay out the 22 victims and be ready to go, but he chose to not to do so, and that's why he didn't get traded, basically.
Well, I think that was one of the reasons. Yeah, I mean, had he settled the lawsuits, I think maybe a trade would have happened. It's tough to know, and that's one of the problems with this. Now, the Miami Dolphins owner Stephen Ross just got permission to speak with Deshaun Watson on Monday night. That's not a lot of time to sort through this,
No.
but had he settled, I think a deal could have happened. just, that was awfully quick. And now we go to the off season, and, I think this now becomes the biggest story in the off season again, just like it was last off season.
So probably nothing. I mean, nothing is going to happen. Deshaun Watson's going to stay on the sidelines. Probably not even. Is he in the facility?
Yeah, is he around?
Is he around, or is he literally at home right now?
No, I mean, I think he's been around. He's just been separate. He's been working out, was getting ready to play, just in case he needed to play. But obviously now he's, probably not going to for the rest of the season. So he'll stay in shape and they're ready for next year, I guess.
Wow.
And I will say this, it is beneficial for the Texans because they'll still be able to trade him in the offseason, so they would like him to stay healthy and out of harm's way as well.
Wow, true. I would love, if anybody has anything else, I would love to make this transition right now to Germany. Ian, I know you know it. I know you know which city is hosting this NFL game next year. I know you know.
I don't. I don't know. That process is ongoing. Let me ask this. When I tweeted that, did you guys have any idea it was coming or?
Yeah, we all knew. We're all waiting.
Yeah.
We are all literally following. Trust me, through us, everybody who follows us follows you because we are saying if we believe one guy, it's Ian Rapoport. Like that's. Am I lying? Right? No, I'm always.
Hey, Ian, you are a freaking goat over here in Germany.
I really do need to come to a Dortmund game then.
Because Ian, like in the big soccer world, there is not somebody like you who has these informations. You can't have just one person. Literally, as a football fan in Germany, you follow Ian Rapoport on Twitter. Look, if you don't follow Ian Rapoport on Twitter, go there right now and follow him. And you literally get everything in the NFL. I don't need to go to any other sources and media outlets, and I get everything. I'm up to date. That's impressive. But
that doesn't happen. They don't have that in soccer.
No,
they really don't.
No, they don't.
Why?
They don't.
Because it's too fragmented. There's too many teams.
No, trust me. The biggest thing is the soccer teams. They are trying to like salaries. We don't know what soccer players at the end of the day make. Everything is kind of secretive. Like
what?
in America, everything is like everybody can Google my contract, Mark's contract. We played in the NFL, right? So everybody knows everything about you. In the soccer world, everything they don't need Ian Rapoport because there's a lot of trash will come out and destroy a lot of these club teams. I'm 100% sure about that. So that's why you don't have
the biggest difference is that there is nothing like the NFL. Soccer over here is multiple teams in the first division, for example, and they all participate in a league that is its own business, but it's not like in the NFL where really the league is owned by the franchises and you have everything under one umbrella. That's not the case. It's every team on its own. So you don't have, you have beat writers, but you don't have that one league source where everything flows together.
That's very interesting. I did not know that. Well, maybe I'll come over and take it over.
And change it.
You
should come over and change it.
Are you going to come over, like, if they play this game in Germany? No,
Man,
you can't, right?
So.
It's too much, right?
I hope so. I mean, I'd love to. The problem is everybody wants to, right? Like, I've only been to one of the London games. There's 4 every year, and I've only been to one, like, 10 years ago. Because flying kind of takes me out of the mix, and then you get on a different time zone, and then the phones are just, there's a lot of stuff. But I would love to see it. I was excited about Germany. I was excited for you guys because I know how much this means to you. That is going to be quite the scene, man, and I'm pumped for that.
Hey, Ian, let me give you a guess, and you tell me whether I'm right with that.
Okay.
There are 3 cities in the mix. 2 of them have 50,000 seats. One of them has 74,000 seats, and it's in Munich. So I guess the game is going to be in Munich.
I see what you're saying. I would not definitely say that, but I see what you're saying. I think what will go into it, it's not just going to be how many people can they squeeze into a stadium. It's also going to be stuff that I honestly don't know, which is how ready is a stadium for the NFL?
These stadiums, they're all ready for the NFL. I would think the only problem, I mean, as far as space, I would think, the modern soccer stadiums.
Though, it's also like, remember, they have to have replay. So technologically, it has to be able to handle replay, which has to be instant. It has to have enough for media and all sorts of things. So as they evaluate the the stadiums, there's a lot more that goes into it besides just like how many people.
I would think from a technical standard, and you guys are Germans too, just like me. For example, Bayern München is one of the biggest soccer clubs on this planet. They have probably all the technical tools that you need to have instant replay right away and everything right there. I was just thinking that because it's about money too, and 20,000 sold tickets on seat definitely make a difference for the NFL.
Yeah, I would say that's true, but it's not just money. I mean, I think this is also like what stage is gonna look the best. I mean, there's so much that goes into these international games. It's not just money, but we'll see. I mean, where are you guys based?
All over the place. Berlin, Hamburg.
I'm in Dallas right now.
And Dallas.
He's in Dallas.
That's not Germany.
No,
but
not yet.
Ian, can you tell us something about it? We understand that the teams are allowed to apply to play this game in Germany, correct? Is that still like the case?
I believe that is the case, but there's a lot that goes into it. It's also what date it is, when scheduling is like a maze. It's like trying to figure out like who goes where, who plays who, when do they do it. So I think teams can apply, but I'm not sure even Germany or NFL International gets to pick. I think it's more which team fits best, but I do expect some teams to apply. Now, the Packers have not done an international game yet.
That would be...
My guess would be obviously the Patriots. They have the biggest fan base over here, and I know the owner, Robert Kraft, he's a huge fan of Germany. So yeah. I would assume.
But the Packers haven't done an international one yet, and everyone's supposed to have a turn. So that would be certainly something I would at least keep an eye on. But I don't know. It's going to be. I mean, I can't wait to see it. So hopefully they send me over there with it.
That will be awesome. Let's get back to your expertise. Let's talk about Cam Newton. Do you think now that he's vaccinated, he put out his video 2 weeks ago, hey, I'm vaccinated, still ready to play. Are we going to see him at one stage of the season, maybe back on the field with a team?
I'm not so sure about that. I mean, it's great that he's vaccinated. It probably would have helped him before. Nice. I'm glad just for society that he's vaccinated. I just don't know. I don't know where. I mean, that's the problem is like everyone's comfortable with their backup. Which contending team says, you know what, Cam is going to be the way we're going to get to the playoffs? Because if you're not a contending team, and that sort of thing that's starting to separate now, then you're not going to bring him in. So it's really only half the teams, and you need a quarterback injury serious enough where you say, if sorry, I'm getting a text. I'm talking about this.
Anyway, you can tweet if Odell Beckham Jr. is getting released right now. We don't want to. I know you're getting the information right now.
I do not. I do not have that right now.
I know, but you're waiting for it.
Yeah, I'm certainly waiting.
He's waiting for it. It's gonna happen. I mean, the way Coach Stefanski was speaking today about it, there's no way this is not happening today. They're just trying to look. Okay, I know you have some information, but you don't have to say it. But going back to Odell Beckham Jr., the agent and the GM are probably talking right now, how can we get out of this clean so both sides are happy about the money, right? Come on.
I think that's probably some of it, yeah. I just don't know how both sides can be happy about the money. Because remember, he's due $8 million, and he's, that's part of his contract. He's earned it. But if he wants to be free, which I assume he does, then the team could say, like, well, actually, no, like, unless you give back some money. And then he would be like, why would I give back money? I earned it. And so, these sort of stalemates, if that is what's happening right now, make some sense, because I don't know how you come up with a compromise that lets him be free, lets the Browns get out of some of the money, and lets everyone move on. Like, it could happen, but these are complicated things. And, players don't usually give up money. There's not a lot of players who go, you know what? Take some of this money I've earned. Because in the NFL, there's such a small window that I don't think anyone should give up any money. But we'll see what ends up happening.
I gotta before we let you go, because we know obviously that you are crazy busy. You said something very interesting just a few seconds ago, that you were happy that for society that Cam Newton is finally vaccinated.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron Rodgers, it came out that he is declared or officially not vaccinated.
Correct.
But he did say that he was having some kind of immunization or something. What in the world does that mean?
Some sort of holistic or homeopathic immunization that he believes strengthened his immune system enough to where he had enough antibodies where he should be declared vaccinated. So the NFL and the NFLPA and their joint doctors took a look at that and decided that, no, you don't have the vaccine, so you're not vaccinated.
So I mean, this is crazy.
I mean, this is all, whatever. I mean, this is, you get it. So it's all crazy. And then when he got COVID today, it was kind of like, well, that's a big deal because, now it means not only are you more likely to get COVID if you're not vaccinated, but you're also out 10 days. He could miss 2 games. And that was a decision that he made personally. And, he's a leader of a team. I get it. He's a great quarterback. I get it. But this will not help his team this weekend.
Yep.
Well, I think, gentlemen, I think we got to let Ian go. You look extremely busy. And we really appreciate you taking the time for us here in Germany, even though you have a crazy busy schedule. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to bother you next year again.
And there's a lot of kiss emojis coming your way after the show. So
don't I know it? Hey, let's just hope I get over there for Germany and I can see you guys in person next year.
Oh, we will love that.
We're gonna see you at the Super Bowl, Ian. If you want to,
I will see you guys. I will see you guys in LA. Absolutely.
Here we go. Love it.
Sounds good, Ian.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
You too.